I would say that, well, I know for a fact that I have one sissy that has fully transformed and is now a woman. She was a man who first connected with me, who had a closet full of female clothes, heels, wigs, and spent all of her time dressing as a woman and being a woman outside of going to work every day as a man and telling her friends and her family that nothing. They had no clue. Nobody had a clue. And when he first connected, or she first connected with me, she splurged like crazy, spent almost $4,000 on the first night of connection with me, and called me the next day saying that she had actually spent her life savings, or pretty much a huge chunk of her savings, was now broke. She had fallen off the wagon. She was an alcoholic and had been sober for many years, and the night that she contacted me, she fucked up and started drinking that night, and thus the craziness and spending all the money. The next day she called me and said she was going to go to the bridge, the local bridge here, and she was going to jump off and kill herself because she realized that she hated her life and she was living a life she didn't want, and that I had helped her see that. Not only that, but she woke up miserable and depleted, of course, of dopamine due to her excessive spending and excessive drug use that night as well. This was all online. I've still to this day, I've never met her, but I do have her, I do communicate with her quite often now. Anyways, of course, I felt extremely responsible, even though it wasn't my fault. I had no clue, but I spent many hours the next day on my own time and my own bill, if you want to call it that, making sure, A, that she didn't kill herself, and B, that, I tried to line her up with as many resources as I could and encourage her towards making changes in her life so she could make the changes that would bring her back to happiness. And I'm very proud to say that she became a woman. So she's just recently gone through like the full surgery. She has a pussy now, boobs, I think, as well. I'm not sure. But anyway, she works at a woman's shelter. And she's incredibly happy in her life. Like, I've never seen her look so happy. And I have another sissy who, and she was into humiliation, by the way. And so was this other sissy that I'm telling you about now, who is in the stages of transformation. So has started taking the hormones and is wanting to transform completely to a woman. Now, there's a lot of sissies I have that that want to transform, but they know in their heart of hearts they never will. And that you need to question if that's you that I'm talking to right now here, because if you really feel in your heart of hearts that you want to be a woman, what is stopping you? Is it the society's backlash, your family freaking out at you? Is it why is it that you don't think you can go through with it? Is it a financial thing? Because anyways, my point is in all of this, because this is still a workshop on how to disclose or tell your partner about your unusual fetish. In a case like that, if you have that deep inbred desire to be a female and you're male, that is 100% something that you need to talk to your partner about. That is not something that you should be hiding at all. And unfortunately, that is the number one fetish that men are hiding from their partners. And time again, when I talk to them as a real person and I ask them these questions and I say, what does your girlfriend think? Or what does your wife think? Does she know? And they tell me that, no, they don't have a clue. You know, this is the thing, is that when, and I do believe it's a matter of when she finds out, how do you think she'll feel about the marriage or the relationship? Never mind about your fetish and the fact that this is what you like to do. I mean, even myself, I wondered, was there times that my husband's fucked me and looked at me from the back because I have broad shoulders, did they ever imagine that I was a man? Because I've heard that men do think about other people while they're having sex with their partners. It's a male thing, I think. I don't think women do it as much, but I know that men will close their eyes or, you know, imagine that they're fucking a famous celebrity maybe while they're fucking their partner. You know? So, I just think that it can ruin the person that you're with. Not because they're finding out about your fetish, but about the fact that you've lied because you're really a different person than you've been saying that you are. If this fantasy is something that consumes your life, like you would like nothing more, you might not want to fully transform, but you would like nothing more than to come home every day and instead of getting out of your business suit, you want to, and putting on some jogging pants, you want to get out of your business suit and put on some stockings, some panties and a bra, and try on some lingerie and that sort of thing. Then you're basically pretending to be someone you're not. Now let's talk about even more taboo fetishes, like bestiality. There's a very touchy subject. What if that's your fetish? How often does it consume you? Do you live on a farm and your wife doesn't know that you go out to the barns every day and play with horses' cocks or fuck horses? You know, again, in a case like that, it probably would never involve your wife or your partner. It's just something that you want to do. And unfortunately, I still do believe in what won't hurt them, or what is the term? What they don't know won't hurt them. In a case like that, and again, I shouldn't even be talking about bestiality because it is actually against the law in, I'd say, most places. But when you look online on porn, there's tons of bestiality porn. Who are all these guys fucking animals or getting fucked by animals or women getting fucked by animals? I mean, is it something you want your partner to be into? Do you want your partner to go out to the barn with you and watch you fuck horses? Or is it just something that you want to do? So again, you know, you have to ask yourself, what is your goal in telling your partner? Do you want to shock them? Does that turn you on? Do you want their approval? Do you want permission from them to go out and do it on your own? Or are you hoping that they'll get involved in it with you? So those are the big questions to ask. But in a case like my first husband, who turned out to be bi, he should have told me that he liked men. Because he didn't give me the option to choose whether or not that was a deal breaker for me, or to even mull it around in my head to accept it. And there are, thankfully, some good partners out there. I have had clients over the years who are into some pretty serious kinks. You know, maybe they're into some serious bondage stuff and real true BDSM, and their partner, and oftentimes these are in long-term relationships, they've told their partner, and their partner, their wife, has given them permission to go and seek out a dominatrix to fulfill this need of theirs, this craving, this fetish, when it comes up, which isn't that often. Again, it's like once or twice in a year, and at least she knows, and she had the option to decide whether or not this was a deal breaker, and to give her approval and to give her permission, and he's not sneaking around. That is really important. Because sneaking around, for some people, that's a turn on to a certain fetish, but to a lot of other people, that's exactly the guilt that consumes them, kills them almost.